Hey everybody, this is Dave Keys, and we are here live to look at a website that has been asked about in one of my groups. And if you're watching this video right now, you're either on my YouTube channel or one of my Facebook pages. If you're on my personal Facebook page, that is so that the people at SEO who follow me on that page can make the jump over to my business page, Dave Keys Media, or SEO Keys. The links are above us. So let's get started. Tools. I'm going to put away Screaming Frog for now because the point is there's a lot of pages. Google doesn't like just crawling websites to get more of the same thing that's already available in the index. So it'll just stop, which is what it's done with your website. It says, well, there's 25 pages that are not generated on the fly like this. And those will be considered for index and put so you got about 10% of your pages that are even showing up in the index. Now, as far as the question about canonical, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Google is a little bit ambivalent about canonical anyway. You can mark a page as canonical, say this is my main page, but if another page seems to have more content or is more relevant, Google will switch to that page anyway. So why they're even looking at canonical, if they are that much. It's not as big an issue as a lot of SEOs would have you think. Basically, it's something to wave in front of your face and say your canonical URLs aren't placed, and it's something we got to fix, so you got to hire us. Well, Google pretty well figures out what they want to know about a website, and they figured yours out pretty easily. All right, let's look at some of the factors behind loss of rankings, which is really what this is about, not canonical URLs, which is a symptom, but the lack of the loss of rankings. So we're looking at the website here, and it looks like a typical kind of real estate website. And if I just pick second word as a community, and this goes to this page here, which is generated content. There's no real content there that's not somewhere else. If I pick a condo review, there is some content here. I don't know if this is ranking for anything. Evidently, you're not ranking for much, but there's a reason why here too. And it could be that this content actually is taken from somewhere else. And I didn't test that, but we're going to look at that right now. Put it in quotes, search Google. It's original, but there's a reason it may not be ranking. And we'll get to that. It has to do with the helpful content update. And this is buried several levels down. You got domain, first page level area, second page level, third page level, and finally the HTML page itself. Sky Condominiums, Charlotte condos for sale. Now, here's the other thing. You're trying to compete with behemoth websites. Let's take a peek at this real quick. And I'm sure you're familiar with what I'm going to show you here. But we've gone down to a pretty granular search. First of all, there's no search volume. That doesn't mean you don't post about it. But higher authority websites are ranking for that term. And your website may have ranked before, but there's reasons why it is not ranking now. Okay, there you are. livinguptowncharlotte.com, position 15. Now, let's get to some of the reasons behind that, okay? Let's go back to the home page and look at a couple of tools. First, we'll do a site search with the site colon and your website. We got 25 results, which I pointed out before. And then this doesn't necessarily say where they rank, just that Google has indexed these 25 pages. And the rest of the website, for now, it is pretty much ignoring. And we'll look at a Ahrefs, my favorite tool, and we're looking at traffic overall over the last couple of years. I got 2 years selected here, monthly volume and traffic, and we can see where you had traffic in 2021, 2020, a decent amount of traffic, 18, that point, 13. So every day you were getting some traffic to the website, and you had organic keywords that were ranking. Here's your 4 to 10 and 1 to 3. So you had some rankings right here, and then your traffic started to fall. Well, let's look at what happened here. This decrease in traffic corresponds with Google updates. This product reviews update didn't impact you. You had an update here, passages within pages to rank better for relevant queries. So that looks like it maybe even helped you. But as we started hitting these updates here, core update June 2021, harassment update, mobile page experience update. I didn't do any mobile tests on your website, but it looks like it did have an impact on you. Spam update, target site that don't follow webmaster guidelines. Spam update part 2, July 2021 core update. And then another link spam update specifically for links, page title rewrites, which everybody got hit with, and that really took your organic traffic down. Then you started to recover, and Google did another spam update, core update, product reviews update, same thing, same story again, and your traffic started going down. And further down, desktop page experience update, including mobile friendliness, um, intrusive interstitials. I don't know what your mobile site might be doing. Speed metrics, and I don't know if your speed would be an issue. Your website seemed to load fast enough to me. Product reviews update, and another core update, and finally the death knell right here. Helpful content update. Now, what is a helpful content update? I'm not going to dig into that too far, but basically it says if your content isn't unique, if it doesn't offer anything that isn't already easily available from other websites with more authority, if it's just the same old rehash, if it's just not there at all, then your content's not helpful. That hit a lot of people. It's still hitting a lot of people. Now, this pattern right here with the traffic going down with this batch of updates right here, I've seen this on other websites before, and I see it on yours. So this is a familiar pattern where Google doubles back on the same issues and gets even meaner and more insistent on compliance with what they say are the rules of the road. Well, if you want to rank in Google, then that is the rules of the road. All right. So let's look at some specifics to do with these spam updates. And this is the referring domains. These are websites that link to you, and I took do follow. I don't know if you know what no follow is, but they don't do you a lot of good. So I filtered them out. You got 34 domains. And the domain rating here looks great, 84, 83. And if you've got an SEO building links for you, they will tell you, we got you a DR84 link. We got you DR82, all these high DR rankings, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's a little bit deceptive. What you want to do is see, first of all, is the link relevant? Well, I can see from these domain names that they're basically not too much about real estate. A to Z Business Finder, WayRanks, XYLOYL. What is that? I don't know. I never heard of it. Valkyrie, Eurocrum, Idler, these are, and then some directory links that are more obviously directory. But let's take a look at the links themselves. We'll start with this ipfs.io. And we're waiting for some data. And so what's important here is not the domain rating, but what is the quality of the link itself. You got a link that says Charlotte Center City. It was obtained in 8 October, last seen in 17 August 2022. The URL rating, the same as page rating or the old Google page rank, is 2.3. This one has nothing. This is 4.5. That's out of 100. So what is in this page? Charlotte Center City. And you got better content here if it's original than what you have in your own website with lots of outbound links. Every time you got a link on a page, it divides the page rank. It divides the juice of that page between whatever page is being linked to, which is their own site. So somewhere in here you got a link, but there's so many other links here that you've got a UR rating, a URL rating that's like somewhere below 5 out of 100. Plus you've got dozens, if scores of links that are not to you, and so you get this tiny little bit of link juice from the one link that goes to you with all the rest of this, and the page isn't worth very much. Okay, that's your top rated link. Okay, now we're going to move down a view and look at, here's a new one. So it looks like maybe somebody's still doing SEO for you or hacking. I'd say hacking your content, but um, there's nothing really there to have to hack. So let's take a peek at one more, and then we'll move on. So what is XYLOL? Okay, this is what's otherwise known as a garbage collection of links, a directory, the worst kind, website list. And then what have we got here? Well, you can see the scroll bar right here. This is hundreds, if not thousands, of links, and you're in there. And Google just loves this stuff. Well, no, they don't. Okay. So what I'm pointing out here, without digging too deep into it, is an inspection of the links to your website reveals very low quality. And here we have sunk down to the domain rating itself being of no quality. Okay. So if you've got somebody performing SEO for you, you need to put a stop to what they're doing or put a stop to them. And I obviously do SEO, so I have a conflict of interest in that. But frankly, your website as it is right now, the best I could do for you is to offer you consultation and advice until you can work through what it takes to fix your website. I wouldn't start building links for this site until some cleanup was done and something done about the content of your site. I'm going to pause here from my notes and talk about real estate in general, which I'm going to have a longer video about this. Real estate has a few sites that have been building links since 2006 with Zillow when that was first implemented. Zillow has 98 million links from hundreds of thousands of domains. So they can rank on almost links alone because they have such an enormous authority. Compared to what you got 34 domains and a few hundred links on this website, and you cannot get away with anything. And the updates will hit you. There are websites that have hundreds of thousands of links from thousands of domains who also don't perform well on page one anymore either because their strategy is basically flawed and Google has caught up with them. That'll be addressed in my other video. So are you being punished by Google for the canonical issue? No, I doubt it. For spam, poor quality links, and lack of content, especially helpful content, you have flatlined on your rankings because Google has decided over and over again they don't like this website. You're not going to fix it by tweaking a couple of technical issues. You'll have to fix it by acquiring better links, maybe disavowing some of these links, and putting some real content on your website. I'll show an example of a website with content that makes a difference. They've been around for 7 years. Your website is 13 years old, by the way. I don't know if you owned it the whole time, but that's how old that the archive.org shows it is. It goes way back in their, no pun intended, way back machine. But let's look at Raleigh, North Carolina, not too far from you, and I have a client in that area who is also having some problems, and they're a big client. So we've got the usual suspects: Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Redfin, Raleigh Realty Homes, number 4, ahead of Trulia. This is very typical. Movoto. So Raleigh Realty Homes, what are they doing in the middle of this lineup here, which is usually dominated by the entire first page with these typical syndication websites and then big websites like Coldwell Banker or Century 21. But here they are in the middle of this page, and this is typical. They rank around 3 to 5, and they've got a website that is to die for. And this website, if you look at their blog, that's their content and some of their pages too. That blog posts that are up to 10,000 words long. Now, that's for a lot of people intimidating and foreboding. How do I create a 10,000 word post? Well, if you want to outrun your competitors, you have to outrun them. In the Raleigh market, this is what the competition looks like. So let's just pick 15 unique things to do in Holly Springs, North Carolina, which is kind of a small town. So we'll pop that open and take a look. And I'm going to just highlight every bit of the text on this page and count the selected text. And we've got 2,556 words. Now, this, of course, is a blog post that links back. A very powerful technique here is linking back to the primary pages. That one links back to the Raleigh page, and I'm missing part of my window here. Let's see if I can see now. There we go. Let's link out to an authority page. This is their Raleigh page right here, Cary, North Carolina, Apex. So they have been posting about once a week for the last 7 years. And that gives them hundreds of blog posts. We'll take a look at that because this is a great example of a good website in real estate that is a local site trying to compete with all the big players. And this is certainly not correct because I didn't do it right. Let's spell the word correctly. And let's try one more time. Coffee is wearing off. All right. 678 results. Again, the website's about 7 years old. You do the math. It comes out to about a blog post every week to maybe a blog post every 4 days, 5 days, something like that. Frequent blog posts, and they have been comprehensive in their blog strategy. Now, what's it worth? That's a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of investment. Well, let's take a peek at something. And I decided not to use Majestic, but since it's on the screen, you see that trust flow is a low number. Trust flow that's less than half of your citation flow is a bad sign. And you can see this chart over here. Your links are all on the XY axis, very low on the trust flow. That's harmful to you. That just is another indication that your links are bad quality. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to go back to my other page if I can locate it. Here we go. Nope, that's you. Let's look at, I have to open it up. So sorry about that. This will be worth the wait, I promise you. So I'm going to look at the value of their traffic and of their rankings. Okay. Keyword 75,000. That's in the top 10 pages. So they're not all on page 1 or 2. But look at the traffic 128,000 visitors per month is estimated by Ahrefs. And they've even had a decline in traffic. Now, I bet that has more to do with the real estate market right now over across the country than it does to do with the quality of their website. I think all of real estate has been seeing a decrease in buyer traffic in particular. All right, and sellers are having a hard time too because we all know what the market's doing right now with the recession coming on, or at least the trend is there. All right, but let's look at the number here, the value. What is this value? This is the value of the traffic per month if they were paying for that traffic with Google AdWords. So that's $171,000 every month. So that's coming up about $1.8 million a year in traffic value. All of a sudden, all that investment into blogging and creating rich content that's diverse and covers the entire taxonomy of what Google expects in your content, having to do with real estate, living in communities in your market area. That value is enormous, and trying to pay for ads, and you can see they don't have any ads. They're relying totally on their organic traffic. It's unbelievable what money they're saving by investing week after week into putting up another blog post onto their website. All right, let's see if I've missed anything. I haven't. I think I'm done with this initial analysis. If you would like something further, feel free to reach out to me. Consultation is always available. And this is Dave Keys. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Visit my other pages on YouTube or Facebook, Dave Keys Media, or follow me here on my personal Facebook page. Thanks for watching.